Hello students. So today we are going to study new topic Ampere's circuit law in the concept of magnetic field. So we can compare this Ampere's circuit law with the Gauss theorem in electrostatic. So this law states that the line integral of magnetic field around any closed path in free space is equal to mu naught times the net current passing through any surface enclosed by the closed path. That is line integral of a magnetic field. This is over closed path. This is the line integral of magnetic field over closed path is equal to mu naught times the net current enclosed by the closed path. As we know that in the electrostatic there is Gauss theorem. So there the Gauss theorem is that is the surface integral of electric field over the closed path is equal to net charge over epsilon naught. Epsilon naught we are using for the free space, here mu naught we are using for the free space. So here this Q is the net charge enclosed by the closed path that we have studied over there. So here we have net current enclosed by the closed path. Suppose here we have a network of different wires, ये देखो, where current is flowing in each wire. Suppose we have this type of the arrangement where number of wires, and in number of wires the current is flowing. Let it I1, this is I2, this is I3, this is I4, this is I5, and this is I6. And when we will consider any closed path, suppose we are considering this closed path. So in this closed path there are 1, 2, 3, 4 wires where current is flowing, and due to those currents there is what magnetic field. So according to Ampere's circuit law, this magnetic field we can write mu naught net current that is enclosed by this surface. Closed surface is I2 plus I3 minus I4 minus I5. This I am taking here I2 and I3 that current positive because I2 and I3 that going upward and I4 I5 that coming downward, so with the negative sign. So we can explain or we can understand this concept in this way, that line integral of magnetic field is equal to mu naught times the net and current enclosed by this closed surface. So this is the concept. Now we can prove this Ampere's circuit law. So here suppose we have any conductor. Suppose here we have any conductor in which I current is flowing. And due to this current there is what magnetic field, and that magnetic field is represented by this magnetic field line, and the direction of this magnetic field line is anti-clockwise. Okay, so now magnetic field, and let A be the radius of this closed path. So we know that magnetic field due to infinitely long straight conductor at a distance A is P is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2 I upon A. This is the equation. This is the magnetic field due to straight current carrying a conductor at point A. This formula we have to remember. Now this closed path is known as Amperian loop, and at every point on this Amperian loop magnetic field that remain same. The magnitude of magnetic field at every point on this this Amperian loop, that is equal to B mu naught upon 4 pi 2 I upon A. This magnitude remains same. Now here we have to consider small element, this dl return, this we have to take. So we will take an element dl over this loop, this dl element, and the direction of this magnetic field at this d element, that is toward this side. We can say that direction of the Amperian loop and the direction of the magnetic field both are in same direction. So when we'll consider any small element dl over this Amperian loop, the direction of this dl and magnetic field both are in same direction. We can say that dl is parallel to magnetic field, so theta is equal to 0 degree. I think this is clear. So here we write now, because the line integral of BDL is equal to BDL cos theta, so that is BDL cos 0, that is equal to BDL. Now when we will take the line integral over the closed path, so this become BDL. Now in equation number 1, the value B is given to you mu naught upon 4 pi 2I upon A, that is the constant value, and we'll keep this constant value outside the integration, and this become mu naught upon 4 pi 2I upon A, and this dl integration, that become circumference of this closed loop. So this will get cancelled and we are left with mu naught I. So BDL over closed path is equal to mu naught I. So this is our Ampere's circuital law. So I hope this topic is clear to all of you. So what we have did here, we have to take one closed loop. This closed loop is in the direction of the magnetic field lines, and over this Amperian loop we have to consider small element whose direction is same as that of direction of the magnetic field. So both are parallel, so theta is always 0 degree. So thank you. Thanks. Hello students, now we are going to discuss application of Ampere's circuit law, that is magnetic field due to current carrying circular wire of infinite length. So here we have a infinitely long circular wire of radius A in which steady constant I current is flowing through this wire, and now we have to find out the magnetic field on three places. One is outside, second is on the surface of the conductor, and one is inside. So first of all we are going to study the magnetic field outside the circular wire. So for that, first of all we are taking a P point that is outside the conductor. For that R is greater than A. R is greater than A, where R is the distance of this observation point from the axis or center of this conductor. So according to Ampere's circuit law, we have to draw first of all a Amperian loop. This is our Amperian loop. So Amperian loop, over this Amperian loop we have to consider the current small element. So this is the direction of this Amperian loop. This is the direction of this Amperian loop, that is anti-clockwise. This is the conductor and current is flowing toward this side. So this is anti-clockwise direction. The direction of the curling finger is anti-clockwise. So this is anti-clockwise direction of this magnetic field line, and this magnetic field line is known as Amperian loop. And over this Amperian loop we have considered one element dl, and the direction of the magnetic field and dl is both in same direction. Okay, so according to Ampere's circuital law, line integral of magnetic field is equal to mu naught I, and this we can write BDL cos theta dot product is removed with the cos theta mu naught I, and because theta is 0 degree, because dl element parallel to magnetic field, so theta is equal to 0, so we left with BDL is equal to mu naught I. So this B we have to find out, so we will take it outside, and dl is equal to mu naught I, and we know that this magnetic field is constant throughout the Amperian loop. So B and this dl, that is equal to circumference of this imperial loop of radius r. So we can write B is equal to mu naught upon 2 pi I upon r, and further multiply and divide by 2, we will get mu naught upon 4 pi 2 I upon r. So this is the magnetic field outside of this conductor, and from here we come to know that magnetic field is inversely proportional to r. So as r increases, magnetic field decreases, and directly proportional to I. So as I increases, magnetic field also goes on increase, we can say this. So this is our first case. Now our second case is magnetic field on the surface of the wire. Suppose on this surface we have to find out the magnetic field of radius r. So this is our P point. So here we can write r is equal to a. So magnetic field B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2 I upon a, because r is replaced with a. This r is replaced by a. So magnetic field is maximum on the surface. So this is our second case where we have find out the magnetic field on the surface. Okay. Now our third case is magnetic field inside the wire. Magnetic field inside the wire. Let us suppose we have this P point at a distance r. So for this r is less than a. So in this case we have two sub cases. First sub case is if current flow along the surface of the wire. Mean when the current will flow along the surface of the wire, not inside of the wire or any cross-sectional area inside of this wire, there is no current flowing. So we can say that I is equal to 0 because current is flowing only over the surface of the wire. Then magnetic field mu naught I, that is equal to 0 because inside the wire I is equal to 0. So magnetic field is equal to 0 when current is flow along the surface of the wire. And if we take second sub case, if current is flows uniformly throughout the cross section of wire. Case is when the current is flow throughout this cross section of the wire, mean this cross section of the wire of this cross section area there is current is flowing. So we know that the current through full conductor is I, mean to say that throughout this full cross sectional area of radius a, the current is I. We can say that is I is directly proportional to pi a square, because हमें पता है जो current density that is J is equal to I over A. So we can say that I is directly proportional to A. We are not talking about the current density. So we can say that I is directly proportional to pi A square. But the current through this cross-sectional area of radius R is not same. The current is different because radius or its area get changed. So we can write let I dash is the current through this area of radius R. So we can write it as K pi A square, where K is any constant, and K pi R square. So I dash upon I, that become is equal to K pi R square over K pi A square. This will get cancelled. We are left with R square over A square. So current I dash is equal to R square over A square into I. This is the current that is flowing through the cross section of the wire whose radius is R. Okay, so I think this is clear. So we can write according to Ampere's law, line integral of magnetic field is equal to mu naught I dash. I dash is the current through this cross sectional area or cross section of radius r. So this current I dash is flowing, so we write mu naught and r square over a square into I. This is B dl, and this we can write B dl mu naught r square over a square into I. So this B and dl is equal to cross sectional area of this circumference of this loop, that will be 2 pi r, that is mu naught r square over a square into I. So r get cancelled, we left with B is equal to mu naught upon 2 pi and I r over a square. So we can add magnetic field directly proportional to r, because all these value mu naught upon 2 pi I over a square, that is constant, and this r. So magnetic field directly proportional to r. And when we will plot the graph B versus r, so here we have center of this circular wire, this axis of this circular wire. So in this case we have studied B directly proportional to r, from inside to surface. Now we reach at point A from the center or from the axis of this wire, and this is the magnetic field maximum. This is maximum magnetic field, and after that magnetic field decreases inversely with r. So in this way we can study the variation of magnetic field with respect to distance from the axis of a circular wire. So this topic is very important. I hope this is clear to all of you. Thank you.